Hi, Joanna. I understand that you don't take requests, but you did say in your channel page that you would do a song if you really liked it, for yourself. And with that in mind, I thought I would at least make a suggestion and see where it leads. Just some quick back history, just to give an idea of where I'm coming from. You see those old concert footage of the Beatles playing Shea Stadium, and there are all those screaming teenage girls. Well, I mean, somewhere in that crowd, one of those girls was my mom. She was one of those first generation of Beatles fans, and she passed it on to me. So there was a lot of Beatles in my childhood, and over the years I've probably listened to all their albums hundreds of times, and at this point, it's as if I don't even need to listen that much anymore, because it's all up here, and I mean every note, every inflection, and it's to the point now where what I enjoy most is hearing really nice original covers of Beatles tunes, and that's one thing that really drew me to your site. I mean, the Beatles tunes and the McCartney tunes you did, and wasn't even not even a lot of them yet, but I was really impressed by that, as well as really everything else you did. I mean, the acoustic Burning Down the House, it really blew my mind. It was fantastic. But let me just get to what my request would be. I've always felt that one of the most underrated songs in the Beatles catalog was For No One. It doesn't seem to get as much attention as I think as it warrants. I mean, if you compare it to Yesterday, I believe Yesterday is the most covered song of all time, but I've almost never heard a cover of For No One. And I mean, when I think about it, they're essentially covering the same subject matter, just that I think For No One is a much more evolved version of that song. I mean, I personally believe that Paul grew a lot as a songwriter in between the time he wrote Yesterday and the time he wrote For No One. And I mean, speaking of Paul, another reason I like to hear the song covered more is I think Paul has really been underrated as a songwriter. I mean, and it's amazing to say that considering how famous he is, but really underrated compared to John Lennon. And I think it's probably because John died tragically and early, and to be honest, I mean, Paul probably has really been mailing it in for the last 25 years, but in his prime, I don't think anyone could touch Paul. I mean, I think he and John are pretty much on the same level, and it's amazing that two of them worked together for so long. In any case, that's why I was very happy to see your Beatles stuff and your McCartney stuff, and it really impressed me. And I figured, okay, I'll go ahead and make a request, and I made one. And then I saw your channel page and said, darn, all right, well. I said, let me give it a shot through video message, and then I arrived at another idea, which I may ultimately regret, but I'm gonna go through with it anyway. And that's, I figured, if I made my own second-rate cover of For No One, you might see it and somehow be motivated to make things right by doing a really good cover of it. It may not be the greatest idea, and I have recorded this cover already. I've got a clip of it, and it certainly is second rate. I didn't realize how bad it would be until I actually watched it. I mean, I think I've been singing that song along with Paul, for years and years and years, and when I saw myself singing it alone, a cappella, well, the first thing I realized was I affect a fake British accent when I sing it, which I didn't realize until now, and I guess it's just because I'm mimicking Paul, because I'm just used to hearing him sing it. So I tried to record another version without mimicking the British accent, and that was even worse. I kind of lost the whole melody, and it's to be honest, I don't know if For No One lends itself to being sung a cappella, at least not by me. I mean, I think one of the beautiful things about the song is kind of the slight way that the lyrics almost detach from the melody, to a certain extent. It kind of goes with the spirit of the song, and it's not an easy song to do a cappella, at least not for me. So I think what I'm about to show you pretty much is crap. and people are going to see this video, and I may get ridiculed. People might make rude comments about the video on the page, and my feelings may get hurt. But if it just plants a little seed, if it just gives a little motivation, and and gets you thinking about it, and even if you don't, even if it's months down the line, or even if you decide to cover it on an album someday, I mean, who knows? But if I could hear that, it would be worth any ridicule I get for the crappy cover I'm about to show you. So in any case, here's my second-rate a cappella cover of For No One. Your day breaks, your mind aches, you find that all her words of kindness linger on when she no longer needs you. She wakes up, she makes up, she takes her time and doesn't feel she has to hurry. She no longer needs you, and in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. You want her, you need her, and yet you don't believe her when she says her love is dead. You think she needs you. Bum ba da ba dum bum 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 ba dum ba 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 da dum ba da dum ba na 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 na. And in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. You stay home, she goes out. She says that long ago she knew someone, but now he's gone. She doesn't need him. Your day breaks, your mind aches. There will be times when all the things she said will fill your head. You won't forget her, and in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. Okay, if anyone who's watching this happens to be unfamiliar with Joanna's music, and you want to see some really good covers of songs as well as some really great original stuff, you can go ahead and find Joanna's videos at the following YouTube site, YouTube name or whatever it's supposed to be called. And yes, Joanna, I am now officially sucking up to you.